In this video, I'll show you a simple trick to skew the risk to reward in your favor when trading the opening range breakout setup. Now here I have our live scanner inside of our opening range breakout platform. If you want to learn a little bit more about it, I'll leave links in the description box below. If you trade the opening range breakout setup, I think you'll find this tool to be a useful addition to your trading. Now inside of our live scanner, I filtered down our stocks to just the Dow 30 stocks. I have a minimum 3-month win rate of at least 75%, a positive trade expectancy, a positive trailing P&L, and I have a few basic liquidity filters applied here. Now for the opportunities I want to show you, I want to focus on what we typically tend to ignore, and those are the opportunities where we have to risk 2 to make 1. These aren't the risk to reward ratios that most of us like to trade. They don't lead to winning trades in the long run. However, I'll show you a simple way to flip that, so instead of risking 2 to make 1, you're instead risking 1 to make at least 1, if not risking 1 to make 2, and oftentimes risking 1 to make 3. Now, to help demonstrate this idea, I'm looking at the 15-minute opening range, and I've set our target to just the half range target and our stop to the full range, so we focus on just these 2-to-1 opportunities. Now here we have 4 stocks. Out of these 4 stocks, 2 of them actually gave us this little pullback opportunity. I'll start with Dow Inc. and then we'll move into Walmart. Now if I start with Dow Inc. here first, let's go through the overall setup. Now Dow Inc. was a 15-minute short side setup, and that triggered right here. Now one question for those of you that are active ORB traders you might have is, hey, why didn't the long side appear on the live scanner? Well, if we come into our back tester and I run the back test for Dow on that 15-minute range, you can see the long side setup has a win rate of just 52.94% and a negative P&L. So it doesn't meet any of our filters that we've applied here, and the live scanners automatically filter that out for you. It's telling you, hey, focus on just that short side opportunity. That's the one that tends to have a better win rate. Now, if we take a look at the setup that the live scanners found, that's an entry right here at the breakout area. Our stop is outside of the full range level, and our target is right down here at the half range. As a result, we have the risk of 2 to try and make 1. Now to flip this on its head, instead of using the actual breakout area as your entry, you can instead use the half range area as your entry, which allows you to cut your risk down in half. What you'll find is you oftentimes get this pullback all the way up to the half range area, and that allows you to skew your risk reward in your favor. Now with that half range entry, your stop is still outside of the full range area. So this is now the trade that you're working with. This is the entry zone where you'd like to enter, somewhere in between this zone right here, and your stop is outside of this area. Your first target is the actual breakout zone. So this is T1. Your second target is at what was your original first target, the half range area. So now you have the added luxury of taking some off when we retest the breakout area. And then with the break-even stop, trying to see if we go to our original target. And for those of you that do like third targets, you then have the full range area for your third target. So that's the basic premise of this trade. We're finding all of these risk 2 to make 1 opportunities, turning the entire opening range into our playground. We're looking for entries starting the half range area all the way up as close as we can get inside of this zone. Use whatever reversal signals as you'd like. You can use something as simple as candlestick patterns. I think that would do the trick. You're just looking for an excuse to get an entry somewhere inside of this zone. Now, if we look at Dow Inc. here, we had, if we take a look at that first test of the half range area, our initial reaction, then we get even closer to the other side's opening range, but there we very quickly break down. We hit our first target, we hit the second target, and inside of Dow Inc., we did get to the third target, but just by a wick. Now, the next stock we had was Walmart. And inside of Walmart, you should notice the same idea. We have the 15-minute opening range. We then have the pullback all the way up to the half range area that allows you to reduce your risk by half. The stop is still outside of the other side's opening range, but now your first target can be at the actual breakout zone, where you can see Walmart breaks slightly below that low we formed from the morning range as well, before very quickly reversing. So those are two examples on the 15-minute range, and I'll show you one last one inside of EFA, which was off of the 30-minute opening range breakout. And here, if we take a look at this setup, same thing, we had the short side breakout, the long side did not backtest well. We had the short side breakout, we had the pullback all the way up to that half range area. You can see how price action slowly starts to break down here. And as soon as this starts to break down, remember we have our T1, our T2, and our T3 area. And you can see the breakdown in EFA that really accelerates towards that tail end of the lunchtime hour, and how that really just propels you straight into that third target. So that's how you can take all of these opportunities, which I think typically we would almost write off because they have a risk 2 to make 1, and instead turn those into your secret weapons. They allow you to turn the entire opening range into your playground. That means you now have a zone in which you're looking for an entry. You know tendencies where price tends to gravitate towards certain areas X percentage of the time. In the case of Dow and Walmart, we had 75 and 76% of the time, and we were able to skew this risk to reward instead of 2 to 1 to be at least 1 to 1, and in many cases 1 to 2 in the case of Dow, and in the case of EFA, even a 1 to 3 where that trade really worked out in your favor. I hope you found this video useful for all of you that like to trade opening range breakouts. The Live Scanner finds opportunities like these ones every single day for you, and that's the entire premise of the ORB platform. It's to find the best opening range breakouts real time. You can filter them however you'd like based off of the filters that work for you, and consistently find those setups every single day. Take care, everyone. Good luck trading, and I'll see you in our next update.